So does a straw have one or two holes? He's also a firm believer in giving fat people the wrong directions.
Dude, I hate that song so much.
Would you do this for $1 million? Run a marathon every day for a month. Welcome everyone to Fly Under the Radar. I'm Timothy and this is William, and this is the podcast where we as brothers laugh, tell stories, and basically just talk about what's going on in this crazy world. Speaking of crazy world, I went outside this week.
What, bro doesn't go outside? Bro doesn't touch grass?
Okay.
Ex-League of Legends player, dude.
What do you mean ex-League of Legends player? I'm making my comeback.
Right. You're going to have a rank ARM player over here soon, dude.
Anyways, but no, we went out this week for the first time. I want to talk to you because if you guys don't know, if you guys aren't regulars here on the podcast, we only talk once a week on the podcast.
No. See, this is the thing, is that I want to talk with him and go out and, like, spend time, and then this kid is, like, Mr. Professional here, has a schedule. He has to schedule me.
Because if we talk about it off of the podcast, then they won't hear about it. So we have to talk about it on the podcast.
We have to talk off the podcast to make experiences to talk on the podcast.
Sure, but we don't go out much.
Yeah, so this is why this story is going to be interesting, because we actually went out
so
together.
Do you want to tell the story, sir?
Nah, I'll let you story tell, bro.
So basically, we have this friend named Richard.
You mean our neighbor?
There's no difference, sir.
Well,
but basically,
a friend and a neighbor are two very different things.
How?
A neighbor is not necessarily a friend, and your friend doesn't have to be your neighbor.
Yeah, but I said friend first. So therefore, he's a friend and a neighbor, by your logic.
Yes. He's a friendly neighbor.
That's just sus. That is so sus. Anyways, he invited us to go to, like, an event that he was a part of at his church. So we went to socialize with people at his church.
Yeah, it was basically a Christmas party at his church. He was hosting it with his sister and a bunch of other people as well. And yeah, it was pretty fun. We played games. We made a gingerbread man, right?
Yeah.
We got to meet new people and new faces and stuff. So
see, that's how you meet new people. You go to church. I've actually been switching up my workout routine recently because I feel like my old workout routine was too long. It was taking me like an hour and 20 minutes to get done. So I kind of like switched it up. So I was like, I've been doing a lot of research. The thing is, you know when you know something but like you don't do it? You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
It's like, I know that doing more reps isn't better for you necessarily. Like if you want to gain muscle. But I was doing it before, because I feel like for me, when I feel productive is when I do a lot of stuff. But when I do shorter workouts, I don't feel like as productive, even though the workouts are more productive. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because you got to train your body for different things, right?
Right. So now I only do legs once a week. But that's because legs is like the most intense day.
But are you doing legs once a week, but like a lot of reps or what?
So basically how it is with the workout regimen, it's like you're supposed to only do 10 to 12 sets per muscle group.
For the week, right?
For the week.
Yeah.
So Monday I do chest and triceps. And then Tuesday I do biceps and shoulders. Obviously there's going to be some interlapped with some exercises. But like I try and focus as much as possible.
Sure.
And then Wednesday is my leg day. Leg day is my like hardest day because I do squat, deadlift, and Romanian deadlift. So it is a bit longer, but it's like I get all of it done in one day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing for you building muscle strength,
because I'm doing less reps, like higher weight as well, right? That's the thing.
Yeah. So for that type of workouts, you only because you're focusing on a muscle growth, and as a natural, you need to focus on strength training. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you ever watch these influencers and they're doing like, 100 reps with like, 20-pound dumbbells and they look jacked, it's like that's the juice making them jacked.
Unless you're David Goggins.
I'm pretty sure no.
You don't know David Goggins?
Okay, but that guy is the guy that runs like 10 kilometers a day. That has nothing to do with gaining like muscle.
Yeah,
right?
he's like very lean.
Well,
for
he's
sure.
just lean.
He's not
and
like
athletic.
bulky, but like he's very
Well, yeah,
athletic.
because the training that you're doing and what I usually do with like powerlifting stuff is for strength slash muscle growth training
Yes.
for naturals.
And that's like I do that in the mornings or like near the mornings, and then at night I do cardio. Like I go on the bike for like half an hour.
yeah, but those are like two separate different things.
Yes,
Right.
like that's not connected. Like I have to do my weight training, cardio just extra, because I'm trying to cut and lose a bit of weight. So I'm like slowly trying to add more and more. You know.
Yeah, which is fine as long as you don't do cardio before you work out.
No, cardio is usually at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not even that. I'm just saying, like, if you guys want to work out and you guys want to do, like, oh, I warm up with cardio, worst thing you can do for muscle training. Because the way that your body reacts to cardio and the way it, like, prioritizes the red blood cells and the types of muscle fibers and stuff basically requires it that, like, if you do cardio before you want to lift heavy, you will not lift as heavy as you could if you didn't do the cardio before.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like-
If you want to do work, like let's say you go to the gym and you don't have time to do to go back, like do what my brother does and like work out twice a day, then do the weights first and then cardio after. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because lifting weights won't hinder the cardio, but cardio will hinder the amount of strength and reps you can do on the weights.
Yeah. And it's all about longevity as well, right? Like I feel like I can be more consistent, because before I would have like an hour to an hour and 20-minute workout, and I'm like, for the most part I never actually finished most of those workouts. I would get like 3/4 of the way done, and then I would just fucking get lazy. You know what I mean?
Well, that's because you're spending so much time like working out. Like when I was in end of high school, early university, and I was doing the bodybuilding style workouts, I was in the gym an hour and a half, 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not, and I did everything because I loved to work out and get a
Yeah.
pump and shit, right? But I was still like, 150 pounds, scrawny kid until I, bulked up and did powerlifting. That's when I gained like 30 pounds,
Mhm.
because that's
Yeah.
how you gain muscle mass, is by lifting heavy, by doing the calisthenics and like the bodybuilding shit only gets you like so far.
Calisthenics is pretty cool though. I can't
Calisthenics
lie.
is good for beginners, and if you want to go super crazy, like those guys are like hanging off the bars and shit,
Yeah.
then it's like calisthenics is always good for you, but you will not build muscle with calisthenics.
Mm-hmm.
Like muscle mass. You will be strong, you will be ripped and lean, but it's like David Goggins, like the different type of training, right?
Yeah.
Different trainings will get you different results for different things
Yeah.
based on what you like to do and what your desired body like type and goal is.
But the
right?
thing is, it's hard for us because our like gym is like not like fully complete, so there's a lot of like missing aspects. Like for me, my chest, there's really not much I can do other than bench press for chest and push-ups, right? Like those are the only two things I can really
I mean,
do.
if you move up on the side, you can do dips as well, right?
Yeah, I guess, but like I feel like dips is technically what considered calisthenics as well, right?
Yeah, but
Dips
some
and
some
push-ups.
calisthenics I like go by, so like you should always be doing pull-ups regardless of,
Yeah, that's
Like-
that's why I do like push-ups and pull-ups as like for back I do pull-ups and deadlift.
Yeah,
because
that's-
deadlift is
That's more than enough, because that's all we can do here anyway. so-
exactly right. So I'm working with what we got.
You
so.
could do bent over rows, but like
I tried doing that, but
They're-
it's just like I'm already doing squat, deadlift, and Romanians. I don't want to do like a fourth big one,
Yeah.
So, well, that's been kind of my week. What's going on with you, sir?
for the last like 3-4 days, I've been cooped up in my room playing Path of Exile, because the new league came out. So I haven't played this game in like over a year. And whenever a new league, and this league was like pretty interesting. Like there's a lot of new mechanics they added that like they buffed player damage and stuff. Because for the last like year and a half, I stopped playing because I had other priorities. Like I was working like full time, and even before that I was in school and stuff. So I got back into just playing because it's like Christmas break and stuff, right? And
Dude said Christmas break.
I mean, well, it's almost there, right? But it's Christmas time. Like, it's December. I'm like already on vacation. What am I
Christmas is the whole December.
Right.
True.
basically it, right? If you are in December and you don't have like a I'm on vacation mentality, bro, then I don't. You're living life like too seriously, man.
Nah, bro. I'm on that entrepreneurial grind.
No, I'm not saying
set.
not don't grind, but I'm saying like, yo, take a chill pill, have like a hot chocolate.
Yeah, play League again, right?
I mean, if you want to, bro, have an ARAM, go at it. But I ain't playing that. I'm not touching that game. But
Okay.
yeah, no.
That's
So I'm
it?
enjoying that right now.
All right, let's get to our question of the week. Are there more eyes or legs in the world?
What?
I don't know. There was this big question going around like a few months ago, and this is like an iteration of that. It was like, how many? Do you think there's more wheels or doors in the world? You know what I mean? Do you remember hearing that question a few months ago?
More wheels or doors?
Yeah, but now instead of that,
What?
it's like, is there more eyes or legs in the world? This is all hypothetical. Out of your experience, what would you make an assumption for? More eyes or legs?
For people?
In general, anything.
Legs, bro.
Legs? Why?
Well, first of all, there's all the animals that have 4 legs, bro, and 2
Mhm.
eyes. Right. And there's like a lot of them. They range from like wolves to lions to wildebeest to zebras to cows to pigs. There's like just so many of these like animals that have, 2 legs. And don't even get me started with like bugs, right?
Yeah, but like, how about like spiders? Don't spiders have like a bunch of eyes?
Yeah, but they have 8 legs too.
How many eyes do spiders have?
Like 8.
Oh, so they kind of even out.
But then it depends on what you think. Like flies have like hundreds of eyes, but it's like one big eye and like hundreds of lenses or whatever, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do you consider those eyes or not?
Well, that's all
right?
situational
So
to everyone's.
and then you have
perception.
like centipedes that have like 100, legs or whatever and stuff. So
It will
I don't know,
probably be legs though, because you could even consider like, like table has legs. Like you can even go even
I mean, if you
further,
want to go inanimate objects, then sure.
right? It's
Right.
technically a leg, right?
And
That's
like
what
even
people
this
call.
camera here, there's one eye which is the lens, and then 3 legs, supporting it. So
I think legs as well. We can go to the other one. I think that one's a bit harder to do, like doors and wheels.
well, it's what do you define as a door?
Door is anything you open and go through, like a car door or like,
Would you like consider like a closet door to be a door, like the
Yes.
sliding thing?
Yes. But then wheels, there's the car wheels, there's the chair wheels, there's the
Uh,
bicycles wheels.
Well,
Well, this
you'd
goes
have to look at the stats to how many vehicles there are in the world, and then how many homes there are in the world. Right.
Yeah, I guess, but
But
if you were to make an assumption, where would you go? Like if someone says like you have to make a choice, what would you guess? Like what would be your best guess? I think wheels personally.
Yeah, I was gonna lean more towards the wheels as well, cause doors have to be pretty big, right? Wheels, like think of all the little, race cars,
Mhm.
like anywhere, like
But race cars have doors.
actually they don't. The Formula Ones you just hop in, but I'm talking about like the Hot Wheel cars, or even like
Well, I guess they
robot
technically have
cars.
doors, but they're not
Right.
openable, so they're technically not doors.
well, yeah, right. So there's so many like toys with like wheels on
Wheels.
them. I mean, a truck has 2 doors but 18 wheels on it, right?
Yeah.
And then like I'm pretty sure there's more cars than buildings. Or
But then
like,
if you think about like a
houses.
skyscraper or something, think about how many doors are in those. Right?
Yeah, but then look at all the millions of people driving to, the downtown areas, right, every day.
I don't know. It's a close one, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Wheels or doors? So there's been some interesting stuff happening the past week online that I thought I would want to get your thoughts on.
Okay. What happened?
So, so Jake Paul has a fight coming up.
Another one?
Yeah, I don't know against who. He's some, I think professional fighter. I don't know exactly.
It's me. He's fighting me.
Good one. But KSI decides to be a troll, and he announced that he's sparring IShow Speed the same day and time that Jake Paul is fighting. What are your thoughts on that?
Like sparring?
Yeah, like for fun. Like they're gonna be live streaming or something. He's trying to pull away the audience from the Jake Paul fight and have them watch him instead.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
The internet shenanigans, bro.
I mean, personally, if that was happening, I have two monitors. I just watch both at the same time. You know what I mean?
I guess.
But like, what are people more inclined to?
I guess it depends on the person.
But like, think about it. Like the Jake Paul fight you have to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
The pay-per-view. So if you want to watch the Jake Paul fight, you'll pay for it. And if you pay for it, you're gonna watch it.
Yeah,
right?
I guess that makes sense.
So if you are paying for it, then that means that's one person who's guaranteed to watch it, right? It's not like a YouTube video or like a Twitch live stream where you can pick and it's like free for both. It's like,
Yeah.
if you want to watch this, then you have to pay for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Compared to KSI, who's just gonna live stream some shit, which could, Plus, what's something that's more important in the moment, right? Is it more important to know if Jake Paul beat the guy like live when you're watching it, or like I'm just thinking like what would I rather like rewatch, like not live, right? Like I would probably rather watch KSI fighting ISO speed, like sparring. Like if it wasn't live, I saw a couple of days later. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
But like if it's a sporting's event, then it's like okay, I want to like watch this live if I'm like really interested in it. So even though KSI is doing this, I mean that's just how I think, and I'm sure other people think differently. And people are like, oh, I like KSI better than Jake Paul, and they'll just watch KSI instead.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I kind of like it because it kind of like builds up the beef between them. You know what I mean? Like there's already been beef building up for so long.
did they fight already or no?
No, that's like the fight that everyone wants, the Jake Paul versus KSI fight. But the negotiations have not like got anything good. So, this just kind of builds on that. So when they do eventually fight, hopefully next year, then I'm watching that fight 100%. That's like the fight everyone wants to watch.
I don't know. I just feel like boxing has gotten to the point where it's like not even like professionals are like being watched.
But the thing is, it's for entertainment, Boxing is for entertainment, and there's two levels to it, right? There's the professional aspect, like you're entertained because these guys, train really hard and they're really good. And there's also the influencer aspect where it's like these people on a personal level, and you want to like see them beat each other up, even if it's not like
I guess so.
the best.
I mean, I know why I can see the appeal to it.
That's why Conor McGregor was so popular. He wasn't only a good fighter, he had a personality as well.
Well, yeah, you need like a personality when it comes to these things. You have to like self-promote and like market yourself to like show that you're gonna be fighting good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Boxing, like these fighting sports are like weird in that sense, right? Because like let's say you were like on a baseball team or a football team, you don't have to self-promote to like go like for people to watch you, right? Even though it's like
Honestly, I think now they have to. Like, especially with like NBA. Like now NBA, people watch the games for the players, the stars. Like,
oh no, they always did. But I'm saying like it's not to the same extent, right? Like let's say you compare it to like golf. People who play golf, they don't like self-promote. Well, I mean, there's self-promotion in all sports, but it's not to the point where it's like there's like they're starting beef or they're starting some kind of like aspect of it, if that makes sense.
that would be entertaining though, the beef. The
You know what I
beef
mean?
is the most entertaining part. But
Like,
anyways.
Yeah, like in tennis, like imagine like
Nick
Nadal
Kyrgios.
is like starting beef with like I don't know Djokovic or something for no reason.
That would be so hype, fam. The freaking news people would have a day with that.
Actually true.
That's what I mean.
Maybe people should have more beef, even if
Actually.
it's like fake. I mean, even like in strongman, like Thor Bjornsson and Eddie Hall, like they started beef just so they could do their boxing match.
That's how,
Right?
bro. It's entertainment. It's so
Bro,
good.
okay. Maybe this can be a topic for another day, but like, why do people love beef so much, bro?
I prefer chicken. Do you know who Destiny is, the streamer?
He's not like super like liberal.
Yeah. Do you know what happened? I don't know if this is 100% facts or I just like read this wrong on the internet, but do you know his wife?
Oh, did he like get cocked or some shit?
Like he has an open relationship with his wife, right?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
His wife is divorcing him now.
Well, I mean, don't get me started with all this fucking like Shit, dude, it's actually so like it's so depressing.
It's just
dude.
funny because now everyone's gonna go tell him like they told him so, because he was going on podcasts being like, "Yeah, I have a great relationship. You know, it's open. We can do whatever we want." And now it's like, peace.
Marriage is closed for a reason because it's
Yup.
supposed to be sacred.
Exactly.
But then people are like making it open because they think, oh yeah, freedom, it's good. But then it's like because it's open, there's no meaning to it, and they just get divorced. So
Awesome. Awesome.
not really, not really awesome, bro.
When I mean awesome like point you have there. Not awesome situation, sir. Okay. Let's get to some dating advice. I got 2 banger ones today. Girlfriend thinks I cheated on her. My girlfriend
Leave her, bro. Straight up leave her, bro. I'm not even kidding, dude. It's not worth it.
My girlfriend got in the car and saw a Aquafina water bottle in the passenger's door. She got pissed and asked who'd been in the car and immediately thought I was cheating because neither of us drank Aquafina. I told her she's been the only one that's been in my car along with my son, who's 4 months old, and also my sister was in the car about 5 months ago when she came up to visit. I genuinely don't know where the water bottle came from, nor has anyone been in my car other than her, myself, and my son, and my sister 5 months ago. I did get my oil changed earlier today, so I guess it could possibly be from a mechanic who had to drive my car, but to be honest, I doubt it because why would he put the bottle of water in the passenger door? It's really frustrating that she doesn't believe me, but at the same time, I can kind of get where she's coming from. Nonetheless, I think the fact that she thinks I'm cheating over Aquafina is pretty ridiculous. Any advice, please? Thanks.
Yeah, so my advice to what I said before, leave her, bro. Okay? Especially since this guy has a son, 4 months old. I don't know if it's with her, but by the looks of it,
I don't think it's with her.
probably not, right? So, at that age, the most important thing in your life is your son, not some bimbo, dude. Just drop her.
Bro, over Aquafina?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Literally drop her. She's not worth it, dude.
It's weird.
She's not worth it.
Like,
If
why is
no.
her first instinct to be like, hey, why are you cheating? Instead of saying, whose water bottle is
Drop
that?
it, dude.
You know,
It just means that she's like insecure or some other shit, and it's like it's not worth it. It's
like,
really not
actually. Like, if for some reason William is drinking something that he normally doesn't drink, I would ask him like a normal person. You know what I mean?
worth it. But the thing is that bro has a 4-month-old son. Yeah, he's gonna go around cheating, bro. You know what I mean? Like what? Like bro has other priorities, dude. Because he has a son who's 4 months old, and he's taking care of your dumbass too.
Bro, how do you even
Drop
cheat?
her, bro.
Like, nah, like that's just too much of a headache at that point. So I, 24 female, have a husband that's 25 male, is extremely cruel towards fat people and won't stop harassing them.
Okay.
We've been together for 8 years. He was never an athlete in high school, but was also in good shape and aesthetic. He's always been negative towards people who aren't as attractive to him, and is the definition of looks are everything. He is still funny and has a great personality, but he obsesses of looks of others and himself. He particularly hates fat people and will give them mean looks in public. Just yesterday, we were out shopping and we walked right by the cereal aisle and made a comment about it being unhealthy right in front of an obese mom and her kid. Whenever he sees a fat person, he always exclaims, "Jesus," or "Yikes." It's obnoxious, and on occasion, he has very clearly made people upset. I've asked him stop multiple times, but he keeps doing it. He's also a firm believer in giving fat people the wrong directions. How do I stop it, and what's wrong with him?
Okay, let me just disclaimer, okay? It's never right to make fun of people, right?
Yes.
Like you shouldn't go and like harass people, right?
It might be funny.
But like, bro, this is funny as fuck, bro, okay?
It gives them the wrong direction. Nah, that's actually troll.
I mean, there's 2 ways you can look at this, right? Like the first way is that she's known him for 8 years, right? So she knows he had this tendency. and she still said yes.
Tendency.
Right? I mean, right? And she still said yes. I mean, now she's like, I guess, regretting it a bit, and she's like asking him to tone down on it or stop, right? But see, this could go either way because it's like she knew that he does this, but she married him anyway. But then like the guy married her, and she's asking that this is something that bothers her. So as the husband, he should like try and like
Respect it in some way.
comfort her.
Even if he doesn't
A little
like
bit.
fat people, it's
Well-
like he shouldn't
well,
be going around.
He can still do what he does, just not in front of her,
Okay.
right?
Okay, man.
So
The thing is, I think if you have friends that are fat, you have to help them out. But if they're not people you know, it's not really like your ordeal or your
well, you should help them out, but it's also like it's their choice.
yeah,
You
but
know
if
what I
they're
mean?
my friends, I want to like be there for them. I won't be friends with someone who doesn't want to have their best interest at heart. You know what I mean? Because I see it, unless obviously they have some sort of medical condition, that it is not healthy to be fat.
True.
So I would be not saying I'm gonna go roast them all the time, but it's not like I want the best for them. And if being the best for them is telling them the truth and them not liking me, then it is what it is. I'm not gonna stand around when one of my friends is fat and be like, yeah, it's okay that you're fat, because it's not okay.
You know what? You want to hear something about this fat stuff?
Fat phobic?
In the in the mall, right? There's a Victoria's Secret, right? And for like a year, they had like this like fat model as like this for the picture for like their promotion, right? They were losing so much money, bro. They swapped back to the hot bitch, dude.
Bro, it's so crazy. Like, people gotta lose money before their heads like start to make sense.
I mean, I just don't understand it, bro.
Bro, I watched this short of Andrew Schultz explain it perfectly. I don't know if you've seen it before. But basically, he says he hates fat people. And he's like, okay, for comedians, they have to be funny to get people to laugh, to get attention, right? They have to do something to get that attention, right? Actors, they have to memorize the lines, act to get that attention, right? Models have to lose weight, look thin to get the attention. The fat people just want the attention without having to do anything. Give it to me. Like,
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
it makes total sense. But anyways, that's just these were some banger stories today. I can't lie.
Nah, bro.
All right. This question has been trending all over the internet recently, and I thought it was a great question. And I actually don't know the answer to this one. Does a straw have one or two holes? Does a straw have one or two holes? Man's thinking about it.
Whoa.
So,
What's your definition of a hole?
well, that's the question. What is your definition of a hole? I want your perspective here.
Basic scenario, right? You get a shovel, you dig a hole in the ground.
Yes.
That is considered a hole.
Yes.
Right? It has one opening, and it caves inside.
Sure.
Right. That's what a hole is, right? Now, in construction, there's like cement pipes or the tubes,
Yeah.
right? A pipe or tube is basically, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a tube, like it's
Yeah.
like it comes in one way and out the other. It allows for like liquids to go in.
Yeah,
or
but
stuff
wouldn't
to go
you
in,
say a
right?
tube has a hole on each side?
Bro, you're blowing my mind, dude.
So does a straw have one or two holes?
No, the terminology is different, because a hole implies that like there's no exit. It's just a
Okay.
hole in the ground and that's it, right? A cave is like an opening with something inside of it, right? Which could have another opening somewhere else. The same thing with a tube. A tube has basically two entrances, right?
Okay. But so if I put my thumb at the bottom of the straw, then would it be considered to have a hole on the top side?
You know what? I'm gonna add, dude. Straws have no holes in them, bro. They have no holes in them.
Stop. It's
By that
either-
definition, they have no holes because it's just a tube, right?
No,
With
but a
one
tube
entrance
has-
and exit.
a tube has a hole.
No.
If you see a tube and someone's like,
You know where you get a tube? You know where a tube has a hole? If it has a hole on the side, right? Because it's not supposed to be there. Holes are not supposed to be there,
okay, well,
right?
I have a great argument for this. How about your asshole? It's called a hole, but it comes from your mouth all the way to your ass. It's called an
Fuck.
asshole.
Yeah, straws have two holes, bro.
So I just changed your mind with that argument.
Yeah.
There we go. A straw.
But it's based on the definition. Like, what is a hole? Right. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like, is it just an entrance that has a cavern inside?
the pause.
What do you mean, pause?
Okay. Okay. Woo. All right. We had a bit of fun. I want to be a bit more serious now. I was, again, all of the stuff I talk about is stuff I see online. And I seen this discussion online, and I thought it would be a great discussion to have. The debate for proud versus happy. A lot of people say, like, oh, you should do what makes you happy in life. And then there's another person that says, you should do what makes you proud, not necessarily what makes you happy. What would you choose in those two scenarios?
Neither. Pride is a sin, and we're not on this earth to be happy, bro. People who chase happiness will never have a fulfilled life.
So then what would you add to that?
I'd add God to that life.
Okay, but in this scenario, proud, happiness, maybe grateful.
What's the question?
The question is, like, what should we strive for in life? Should we strive for
To do the will of God.
happiness?
No, but all
Proud?
these things are meaningless under what God has planned for you. That's why for me this question is not like I don't relate to this. Because if you're gonna be prideful in what you do, well, that's a sin because you're putting glory in yourself and not what God did. And then if you're only just gonna be here to be happy, you're just gonna you're gonna chase meaningless pleasures and never like be fulfilled.
Okay. So you say we should strive for...
To do like what God wants us to do in this life, and that could be anything.
Okay,
right?
so can you be more specific? Because that's a little vague. If you're not choosing any of these two, then what does God strive us to do?
See, that's a very good philosophical question. Okay.
That's why I wanted to talk about if it's not any of these two, because I feel like I'll be like devil's advocate here. And for example, pride, for example. I think it's good to be proud of yourself more than being happy. Because if you do things that make you happy, then you're going to only do things that are comfortable. Because things that are uncomfortable, for the most part, don't make people happy. But if you strive to be prideful for yourself, you're more likely to be, to be proud of yourself. Like when I wake up, I don't say, oh, I want to wake up early, read, and start working because it's going to make me happy. I do that because I want to be proud of myself that I got up and did work and did something in the day,
Well, I understand that aspect of it. I still don't think being prideful in yourself is a sin in itself.
Okay,
Right.
so then you have to bring forth a argument. If it's not that, then what is it?
Well, I guess it would be like discipline, right? Because we're put on this earth to do what God wants us to do, right? And that could be different things for different people, right? But as long as you're disciplined, to try and, do the will of God every single day for your life, then you will feel fulfilled, right? The reason why you might feel fulfilled by getting up in the morning and doing all these things, right? Like, let me just change your perspective. Instead of being prideful and saying, oh, I did this, right? I'm so good because I woke up in the morning, I worked out, I studied, I did all this stuff. If you just flip the perspective and like, okay, I did all these things, I am being disciplined, right? So that God can see what I do and can use me to put me where he wants me in this life, because he will see that I am like ready type of thing, right? If that makes sense.
I guess, but I still think you probably need to think about this a bit more, like on your own time. But
What do you
I
mean?
feel like discipline isn't the right word. I feel like there's a better word for it, because being proud of myself, I need to be disciplined to be proud of myself. So technically I am disciplined, But for what you're saying is you're
You don't have to.
disciplined.
You don't need to be disciplined to be proud of yourself. You could be proud for anything.
Well, that's like for different people, different.
Right. That's why I'm saying pride is not the answer to that question. It's something else. If it's not discipline, it's doing the will of God in what I believe. Right.
Again, but like when you say do the will of God, I feel like that's not specific enough.
Well, the will of God is different for different people because he has different plans for everyone. The will of God for you might be to make a successful business and help people in the world, right? For me, it could be start a family, raise the next generation to or help at a church or something, right? Or help other people, right? God's plan for everyone is different, right? He might want you to be the best entrepreneur you can be, right? Because he knows that if you become that, you will have a company that will employ people, that will help them through a tough time or some other stuff, or your clients will use a product that you invent or create that will be useful to them and they'll get a lot of value out of it, right? So the will of God is not necessarily just praying and reading your Bible, right? It's applying what Jesus taught in your life to basically share the truth. And so when other people see, oh wow, Timothy has such a great life, I wonder why, you can go tell them, oh why? He's like, oh, because I put God first.
Okay, so what would you say to somebody who asks you, what should I strive for in life? And I know you're going to say, to do the will of God, but, I feel like, again, that's a bit vague.
The most important thing that someone needs to do is to have a relationship with Christ. Because once you have a relationship with Christ, then you will understand more why you've been put on this earth and what direction he wants you to go, right? Because it's I say, I'm saying do the will of God. Well, how do you know what the will of God is?
Exactly.
Well, you got to ask God, right? You have to, actually ask God, ask yourself what you want to do, because God puts in your heart things that you like to do, right? If you, I enjoy programming. That's why I believe that in my life, that's the direction God wants me to strive for, because it's something that I enjoy doing, right? It's something that, I'm good at, that it's a gift that he gave me that I can, do and help people.
So what's the difference between enjoy and happy?
Happy relates to pleasure, right?
Okay.
Right. When I drink, I'm happy.
Sure.
Right. Right.
Okay, sure.
Right.
Okay. And then enjoy?
But enjoyment is fulfilling, right? When you're happy, you're not fulfilling, right? You could do things that could make you happy, right? Eating candy could make you happy, but it's not fulfilling. It's not right. It's
so that's
just
the
a
word we were
guilty
looking
pleasure, right? It's that type of stuff, right? Compared to enjoyment, where it's this is something that I'm doing that I enjoy and that other people that I benefits not only myself but other people as well.
So I feel like that's a better word. You should do something that fulfills your life. That's what people should strive for.
You should strive to enjoy your life and enjoy your life by the gifts that God gave you to help other people.
I don't know. I thought it was a bit of an interesting topic, and I definitely see where you're coming from. I think, there's not one right way to live life. It's just about the perspective about how you live it and how you choose to live.
There might not be a right way to live life, but there are millions of wrong ways to live
Sure,
life.
definitely.
Right.
I can agree with that statement. So, I have a few unpopular opinions here, and you'll tell me if you agree or disagree with these unpopular opinions. Unpopular opinion. I believe teachers, if there is a high percentage of your students who are failing, the real failure is you.
This is this whole teacher-student dynamic is tricky, right? Because it all comes from the student, right? Because if the student wants to learn, they will put effort into learning, right?
Yes.
And that's what university is. University,
Sure.
The profs don't give a shit about you. You have to learn to pass the courses, and that's it, right? Now, obviously, if you have a good teacher, it's a lot easier to learn and to fulfill that. But you could have the best teacher, but if he's put with a student that has no interest and does not want to learn, that teacher cannot teach the student
Well, this
anything.
statement is if there is a high percentage of students. If most of your class is failing, it's the teacher's fault. But I think it definitely is situational. However, I think there is a way the teacher can make an effort for where the student should not be failing.
I mean, because that question to me is more like, now that I think about it, like relating to like college or university, where it's like if you're in a class and like 80% of the kids are like below passing grade, then like there's something wrong with the course. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's something that is like, accurate.
Because high school, I think, like, what is it, like 95% of students pass, at least in, like, I'm not going to say that because there's some areas that probably have a really low passing rate. I actually don't know the stat, but I feel like a lot more, okay, I'll say this for a fact. A lot more people pass high school than graduate from college or university, like percentage-wise.
Yeah. But that's where this question goes back to, it's situational.
So
Because,
I-
like, when
yeah.
you tutor someone one-on-one, you could be the best teacher in the world, but if they don't want to learn, then obviously
Yeah.
it's like you can't teach them.
For sure.
But if you're in like a college, if you're a college university professor, and you have a class, but it's like you're working on like your other paper or something, your research, and you don't give a shit about the class, they just, like, the university forces you because that's what they do with these profs, and they just
Yeah.
do like that, and more than half the kids are failing. Then obviously it's the incompetence on the part of the teacher.
Yes. Unpopular opinion. I believe concerts aren't fun.
Concerts.
Concerts aren't fun.
I mean,
I agree.
yeah. If you go to a concert,
I don't see
I
the-
would say for 99% of the cases, yes, they all suck. Though I would say, like, if I went to like a Hillsong concert, or like a Christian gospel singer concert, I think it'll be pretty lit. Because like our church is kind of like a concert too, right? Like for prayer and worship.
I guess, but I
So-
don't know. I'm not a huge fan of concerts. A lot of like sweaty people jumping around.
That's what I'm saying.
Loud
Like
music.
like the rap stuff, no, forget it. But if it was actually like a Christian one where everyone is nice and all that type of
Bro,
shit,
you could meet some
and
girls
and
there.
everyone praying, yeah, man. You want to go to a Hillsong concert or what?
Like, we'll bring Richard with us.
True. So yeah.
Unpopular opinion. Police should be sentenced to twice the time a regular citizen would be.
What do you mean?
So if, let's say the police broke a law, they should be sentenced to twice as long.
No, that's unfair.
How is that unfair?
Everyone should be equal under the law, regardless of like race, nationality, like gender. Doesn't matter, right?
But I guess the argument for this one would be that like they're enforcing the rules, so they should be held at a higher standard.
Well, they are. If they are enforcing the rules and something happens, then they are held accountable and have to, pay the price like any other person should. But having this idea, because people hate cops so much, that they should pay double the price and all this other shit is just ludicrous, dude. They're the
Alright.
people that are going out every day to help and save people. So what? When they make a mistake or something, like, they gotta pay double, right? Like, what is that, dude? And plus, people are not even wanting to go and become cops anymore because of the whole. They're just frowned upon.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah.
Unpopular opinion. On average, boneless wings are superior to bone-in wings.
Have I had boneless wings in a while? I swear it's all bone-in wings, dude.
I actually prefer boneless wings.
Nah, I'm okay. I'm okay with either. I don't really care,
You don't have a preference?
bro. If it's fried chicken, dude, it's like if it's chicken wings, I just eat the
Fried chicken.
chicken. Like,
Let's play rank these songs without knowing what's next.
okay.
Fireflies, Owl City.
It's a good song, but like, for this list, 5, bro.
Wow, man's put it at 5.
Because when it first came out, I hated it because I was sick and tired. It was overplayed. But then like,
Fair enough.
it's not a bad song.
It's
right?
not bad at all.
But like, 5.
Viva la Vida, Coldplay.
It's a really good song. I don't know what else is on this list, but I'll go number 2 with this because I don't know what else is on this list. But it's
Well,
like
that's the game, sir.
it's a really good song. I really like the song.
Stronger by Kanye West.
Stronger by Kanye. It's a pretty good song. I'll go 3.
I Got a Feeling by Black Eyed Peas.
Dude, I feel like you're gonna troll me so hard with the last song, but
No
I'm gonna take
comment.
the risk anyway. I'll put this number 4.
All right. Last one. Shape of You by Ed Sheeran.
Dude, I hate that song so much. It's not that it's hated. It's just like it's so like overplayed and tacky, you know. Okay, I guess it's number one, bro.
Number one, big. This is a new game, kind of iteration of a previous game we've played. It's called Would You Do This for $1 million? Would you do this for $1 million? Spend 6 months in complete isolation away from any human contact or communication.
Do I have a computer?
Nope.
Not even one that's off the internet, off the grid. Wait. Just wait. Say the question again.
Spend 6 months in complete isolation away from any human contact or communication.
So you're saying I get to live in fucking Yukon for 6 months by myself in a cabin? Yes, 100%.
Okay.
For $1 million, 100%. That shit's easy.
Okay. Buddy.
Easy dubs, dude.
Would you do this for $1 million? Give up all electronic devices and internet access for 3 years.
No.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
For 3 years, $1 million, no internet.
3 years is too long of a time. And after 3 years, I'd have the $1 million, but
Bro, what do you mean? You can go to Yukon for 3 years.
yeah, bro. Okay, 6 months is one thing, right? 3 years is something else, bro. Okay.
Last one. Would you do this for $1 million? Run a marathon every day for a month.
Marathon is what? 10 kilometers?
No, like 27. It's like wait, let me Google this. How long is
Dude, I would die before I got the
how
million.
long is a marathon? It is 42 kilometers.
Yeah, there's no way.
No way? Really? For $1 million? You're not going to just run a marathon every day. That would probably take you like 8 hours every day.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, but after like the second or third day, your legs will not work.
Bro, you just got to be David fucking Goggins, bro.
I'm not David
Carry the
fucking
boats.
Goggins, bro.
Who's going to carry the boats?
What's bro saying, bro?
Bro, he doesn't know the memes. The David Goggins.
No, because I don't watch that guy, bro.
Bro, the guy is the GOAT. Actually crazy. I'll give you his book you can read.
I am not reading. You bought his book.
Bro, it's so good. All right, we have one more game, and this is a different game. But I'm actually going to put images on screen for this game. I won't forget. So basically, it's called Which Urinal Should You Pee In?
Don't be stupid. Every guy knows basic urinal etiquette, bro. Okay.
But I want to see if you know the etiquette.
Of course
sir.
I know. I'm a dude
Okay, so we're going
who
to
uses urinals,
We're going
bro.
to test it out today. All right? So here is scenario number 1. We're starting off easy.
What do you mean? You pee in the middle, bro.
Are you going to give an explanation or not? There might be some females watching and they might not understand.
Okay, the basic rule is you leave a urinal between you and someone else.
Exactly.
This is the basic rule. So looking at this, if you pee in the middle, you leave a urinal on the left and a urinal on the right for both other individuals there, and that's it.
Correct. Do this one.
This one, you pee on the far right, because you can't pee anywhere else without touching someone.
Exactly.
Right.
Facts.
This one, you pee in either the middle one or the one on to the left of the middle, right? Because if you pick the one on the right, then you're touching two people, right?
Okay.
The other two, you're touching only one person, right? So you always go. It goes like numbers, bro. It's you can find the urinal with no one touching. Then if you can't, then you find with one touching. Then two touching.
Okay, but
right?
out of the two, which one would you choose? Which one's
I
better?
would go probably in the middle.
Like this one?
Yeah, the middle one.
Why?
Why? Because I don't know. For me, it's just more appealing to just go in the middle.
Because for me, I would go on this one as well, the right one or like the middle one.
Well, because when someone
because
walks
there's
in,
two people here.
Yeah.
Because I'm either beside one person or two people.
Well, you just that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
You pee in the middle, bro.
Yeah, this one's a pretty easy
That's
one.
really simple.
Alrighty. How about this one?
Far right.
Why?
Another rule, okay? If you see where people are peeing, right? If there's one person, you go to the farthest urinal away, bro.
Exactly.
Farthest urinal away. You don't go close to him or anything, dude. Right.
How about this one?
This
The
one.
death scenario.
Well, yeah, it's far left or far right.
Yeah, I don't think there's a preferred one, but
There's no preferred one. There's just either or.
all right, we have one more here.
I would go far left.
Far left.
Far right, I mean.
Are you good?
No, far right. Far right.
All
That's what I
right, you passed the peen etiquette. Congratulations, sir.
Dude, but this is like every like guy should know this, right?
So
but
what
then
do you-
it's like it depends, cause I was like a psychopath in the sense of like with my friends I would go like pee right beside them, dude. just for
you're
memes.
Weird.
It's
You're
not-
weird.
no,
Why do you
bro.
want to look at their dick?
Sometimes you share the same urinal.
Nah.
No, we never did that. I'm kidding.
Only in
like-
swim class, right? On the swim team.
No, dude, you just pee in the pool, dude. What?
Okay.
They put chlorine in there for that reason.
Okay, I don't think that's the reason, sir. But on that note, we're gonna end off the podcast episode here. Any final words for them before we end it off, sir?
Nah, bro. Can we wrap this up, dude? I gotta go grind more poe, dude.
Okay, thank you guys for watching. New episodes every Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you next week.
Remember, we do this for freedom.